Hey everybody, welcome back to Star Flag Media Gaming. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than something that we normally do, which is cover, gaming news in general. But a little while ago, I wanted to grow the channel. And of course, I started looking into different ways of getting more subscribers. And I looked into the possibility of buying YouTube ads and seeing if that would, help with my subscriber count and perhaps get the channel monetized because, of course, the channel isn't monetized even today. So if that's going to give you a little bit of a clue as to whether or not you would believe that this is a good idea or a bad idea for your channel, and whether you should invest in Google ads or YouTube ads to grow your channel. So first, I want to preface this with one thing. When we started the channel, my channel's been around for a long time, but I started uploading actively, I would say about a year and a half ago to almost, yeah, about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years at this point. And, it was seeing very slow growth, very slow results, very hardly any views. And I wanted to get to a point. The goal for me and the first year was 100 subscribers. I really wanted to get to that point. So I looked into what it would be good for the channel as far as buying third-party ads or Google or YouTube ads. And so I decided to try a third-party ad revenue service. And basically what they do is they take your channel and they promote it and they put it on different websites. I did not know, that this may or may not affect my algorithm. Now, at the time, the channel had also movies on it. So these are movies that weren't copyrighted or anything of that nature. But they fell in the public domain. So the channel was kind of all over the place, still kind of trying to find our niche. It was multimedia, and really for a YouTube channel, it's probably not the best idea to have a bunch of things on, on your channel, because your audience algorithm is going to be thrown off by that. But again, I was just getting started, so I didn't know all of this. So the first thing that I invested any money into, I believe, was only around $40 or $50, which isn't, a big amount of money. And I did that campaign for about, I would say, 4 or 5 days. Now, rapidly, we saw an increase in our subscriber count, which was good. We went from a little under 100 subscribers to over 1,000 subscribers, which to me was fantastic because that was my end all be all, right? I wanted to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. And then, of course, the way it works is I picked a video, and that video then went on to be pushed by this third party ad company. Now, that video happened to be one of those public domain videos of a movie. So when the time came to monetize the channel, since I had the hours and I had the subscriber count, YouTube rejected the hour count, saying that it was already content that was widely available. And so even if it was public domain, they said that I needed to have more original content on the channel in order for them to monetize the channel. So of course I couldn't just keep all of these hours on the channel. Even though some of those movies were edited and enhanced by me, YouTube still felt like I needed something else. So I deleted those movies from the channel, and I focused strictly on gaming and our Drunken Idiots podcast. So after that, we kept the sub count, which is nice. No, not a huge drop off from the sub count. Our videos continued to do moderately, in the hundreds as far as views. And I decided, well, if that wasn't going to work, let me try doing it through the official source now. And about January-ish, I would say actually it was around September of 2024 or so, a little bit before that. I decided, let me see what a YouTube ads would be like. And I've got the charts for us, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at that now. So we can see what the growth for the channel was and whether or not you think this is something that you'd be interested in as far as, growing your channel. So let's get right to that here. The first thing that we're going to take a look at is the actual ad campaign. So as you can see here, we've got, what I invested. I invested $100, so $99.94 of that was spent by Google on ads and pushing it out there. And here you can actually see, your daily costs by your device. So this isn't, it's just showing you exactly. Now I did it over a long weekend, so I did it, I paid for a Friday, a Saturday, a Sunday, and then for the campaign to end on a Monday. Now, mind you, again, remember I was a little bit over 1,000 subscribers at that point. And as you can see here in the custom scorecard, interactions, I had 30,000 interactions uh, for the video that I chose to put out there, which was our podcast Concord video. It covered the Concord debacle from Sony. So that was the video that we pushed out there just to see what it would do. Now, because it was a hot topic, it also helped with the click rate. So the interaction rate was at 13%, which is crazy. A 13% click rate. Now, I'm not sure exactly how YouTube does this. I know that they put this on their front page as ads, and I know that they put it in the suggested videos as well, but I think they also put this on random websites, and I'll tell you why in just a second. Overall, I had a 220,000 impressions made by this ad for only $100, which honestly wasn't that bad. So that's what the campaign cost. And then this brings me here to the next slide. So this here is a slide of the actual views that I ended up getting. So as you can see here, I got Concord. That's the name of the video. Concord flops. Sony loses massive amounts of money. And you can see here that I got 7,291 views on that video, which is really great, right? So it skyrocketed our views. At that point, the only video that I had that was even close to that was a short for the Star Fox mind-blowing graphics, and I think I had one other one here, which was a April Fool's joke of a Nintendo Switch 2 revealed, which got us around 2,000. So most of these were shorts that we're doing in the thousands, and then the Concord video ends up getting over 7,000 views, which was really good for the channel, really good for the video. But what you do have to notice at that point, though, is the watch time hours. I only had 84 hours come from that. So it didn't help monetize the channel whatsoever. So I already had enough subscribers to monetize the channel. But what I really was banking on was putting this video out there, and hopefully it was going to get not just views, but also retain viewership and get those watch time hours. Now, overall, I'd say the click rate was fine because I had a lot of people watch the video, but it wasn't quite enough for 84 hours is nothing. It's a blip on the radar. You can see here that I've got a video with 1,000 views on it that has 70 hours. I've got another video here with another close to 2,000 views with 100 hours. So even with almost 5 times 4 or 5 times more than some of these videos views, it still wasn't enough to get me the time needed for watch time hours from YouTube. And here we have a breakdown of how this advertisement works. So if you look here at this graph, and this is where the Concord video happened, and again, it's around April. It looks like I misspoke earlier, but in April, when I put the campaign on, you see this huge spike here of traffic and traffic source. So where does it come? Even though it doesn't say YouTube advertising here, that is false. I did pay it was Google Ads that I paid through. So this is where that got pushed through. And it says 35,000 interactions or traffic came from the browser feature. Now, that's just people seeing it on their front page and clicking on the video. And then after that was around 2,000 from YouTube searches. And then, of course, that does include these other videos in here, but that's hardly, any dent in that whatsoever. And then, of course, we have suggested videos and shorts feed. So suggested videos is what plays at the end of your video, and it say, hey, would you like to, view this as well? But yeah, so YouTube or Google does push your video to the front page, which is good to know. So if you do want visibility, then at least you'll get some eyeballs on your page. And I would say some eyeballs is better than nothing. But it it still didn't get me to where I needed. Now, here's something very interesting, and that's the geography of the people that actually started watching the videos and where they were from. For some odd reason, a huge chunk of my viewership, we're looking at 9.1% came from Colombia, which I do visit often and I am out there often. But to get 8,000 views from Colombia was interesting, unexpected. And then the large bulk of the advertisement dollars went into the United States with close to 40%. And then there were way more to see there as well, what other countries, but they were just little tiny percentages here and there. And then, we could just see the breakdown of which countries were watching my content during that advertisement period. So I had the United States, the United Kingdom, which makes sense because my content is in English, and then Colombia for some odd reason got around 10%. So that was something that was really interesting. On a side note, when I was on my extended vacation in Colombia a few months back, I did get recognized out there. So shout out to my Colombian fan base. And then we have here our breakdown of the viewer age. Now this is where things get really weird, right? Because look at the breakdown of who watches the channel in the last 365 days. Now, the last 365 days does include those movies that I spoke about. So we've got 22% of the audience that subbed during that period is over the age of 65. They really enjoyed the content. They subbed, and for some reason, they never unsubbed. And then between the ages of 55 and 64 is another 22%. And then here's the breakdown of what I feel is my current age group, which is ages 13 through 54. And that's pretty even across the board. I do feel that these two over on this side are outliers from when I had movies on the channel, and they just never unsubbed. So I would say that, around 1,200 subscribers that are currently on the channel are from that period. And they've stuck around and they didn't unsub, so shout out to those people if they do still watch. And then here we've got finally the breakdown of YouTube advertising and the YouTube watch page. So the subscription base, so you can see these spikes here from when I had people jumping in and out of the channel. Now this September spike here, that comes from some success that I had with a couple of videos that people ended up watching, but this is our spike here that we're really concentrate on, and it comes from the YouTube watch page. And then again, YouTube advertising comes for some reason in late September, and I don't know where that spike comes from. Maybe that is the spike for the YouTube ads, I'm not sure, but I paid through Google Ads. So yeah, so this is where we can see we had 1,561 subscribers come in that period, which it's not a bad number. 1,500 subscribers to come in. Unfortunately, out of those 1,500 subscribers, the watch time didn't come along with it. So right now the channel is at 3,550 some odd subscribers, and again, I would say around 1,200 of those subscribers came from the movie time period when I had movies on a channel, and then the rest comes from the mix between that third party ad campaign that I did for $50 and then the $100 ad campaign that I did with Google. Google's recently changed their policies for their ads, so go ahead and check those out if you are planning on investing on it. Honestly, if you really want my take, after seeing what the results were, the outcome of this is unfortunately there is no fast way of growing your channel to where you can monetize it. And of course, you can get that sub count like I did, and that's half the battle. But if you really want people to stick around and really want people to watch your content, then you want to make videos that they're going to like and stick with it and don't give up and continue to pump out as much material as you can, and hopefully somebody relates to it and you build an audience with them. And above all, if you're doing this just for a passion project or something that you like to do on your spare time and not for money, then I think that's the best way to approach things. If you can make a little money later on, great. But you won't be disappointed if you just build like a small dedicated fan base, which is what I've got right now. I'm happy to get my interactions with the people that do leave comments. Some videos I make get 200 views. Others that I make get 2,000 views. And for now, that's fantastic for me. And I'm still happy to do these videos for you guys if you are watching. As always, if you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful in any way for YouTube ads, at least, give me that like. If you enjoy gaming, then hit that subscribe button. Check out some of my older videos. They are on there. And then I do have a podcast with my friend Chris, where we drink and we talk about gaming news that happened throughout the week. As always, my name is Anthony, and you are here at Star Flag Media Gaming, and I will catch you guys next time.